Are there differences in district resources across California? We based our research on school districts by finding these different factors, which include funding, salary, availability of resources, teacher qualifications, after school programs, and extracurricular activities. Overall, within our research, we found that California schools receive funding from the state, income and sales tax revenues, and they also receive funding through local property taxes, which are collected on a local level and distributed by the state. Teacher salaries differ based on the location of the district. Districts with wealthier individuals have higher paid teachers. Availability of resources, after school programs, and extracurriculars provided are based on how well off that district is and whether or not that district can afford certain programs. And teacher qualifications also differ by district. There are 330 unified school districts in California, 560 elementary school districts, grades kindergarten through 8th grade, and 87 high school districts, grades 9 through 12. In this project, we are going to focus on 4 districts: Los Angeles Unified School District, Oakland Unified School District, Tustin Unified School District, and West Contra Costa Unified School District. Here we have just provided a visual presentation of where the districts we wanted to focus on are located in. 2 are in SoCal and 2 are in NorCal. The typical funding formula used by the schools is 48% of their funds come from the state, 44% comes from the local, and 8% comes from the federal. Each state and districts have a different variation of this formula, and so within our research we found that LAUSD's funds come 5% from the federal, 15% come from the state, 5% come from the local, and 75% come from the LCFF, which is the local control funding formula that focuses on giving school grants so that each kid has an equal amount of funding for their education. In Oakland Unified School District, 3.97% comes from the federal and the state, 7.22% comes from the local, 0.14% comes from transfer in and sources, and 88.67% comes from LCFF, with a total revenue of $404 million compared to LAUSD's projected revenue of $11 million. In Tustin Unified School District, 3% of their funds comes from the federal, 15% comes from the state, 3% comes from the local, and 79% comes from the LCFF, with a total revenue of $243 million. In West Contra Costa Unified School District, 5% of their funds come from the federal, 12% comes from the state, 6% comes from the local, and 77% comes from the LCFF, with a total revenue of $261 million. These are the average salaries for teachers across California. Elementary school teachers in small schools make between $41,000 and $44,000 a year, while the elementary teachers in large elementary schools make $75,000 to $92,000 a year. Small high school teachers make an average of $43,000 a year to $46,000 compared to high school teachers in larger schools who make between $85,000 and $96,000 a year. The average elementary school teacher in the LA Unified School District makes about $70,000 a year compared to the average high school teacher, which makes $70,917 a year, which is only a few $100 difference. In the Oakland Unified School District, the average elementary school teacher salary was $61,631 a year, and the average high school teacher salary was $62,549 a year. These average salaries in the Oakland Unified School District are a bit lower compared to the other 3 school districts. In West Contra Costa Unified School District, the average elementary school teacher makes $67,243 per year, and high school teachers make an average of $70,040 per year. In Tustin Unified, average elementary school teacher salary is $65,520 a year, and the average high school teacher salary is $72,286 a year. So when we talk about availability of resources, we're referring to resources like college and career centers, English language learning support, and community outreach programs, just to name a few. So, the programs provided by the Los Angeles Unified School District often consist of programs that target the students within that district. So, this consists of students from low socioeconomic backgrounds and are oftentimes minorities. They have a program called TRIO, which is a federal outreach program that is designed to identify and provide services from individuals with disadvantaged backgrounds. They also have Accelerated Reader, which is a reading program for middle schoolers to increase reading comprehension. In the Oakland Unified School Districts, they offer resources such as the African American Male Achievement and the African American Girls and Young Women Achievement that accommodate for higher number of minority students in an effort to promote higher education and achievement among minorities in the district. There are also several English language learner programs that cater to ELL students' needs and assist them in being proficient in English since one-third of students in the district are ELL. In West Contra Costa Unified School Districts, they offer college and career centers at high schools to encourage higher education rates and help high school students with the college application process. The district also has STEM programs like MESA for the higher performing students. They are programs such as English Language Learner, Puente Counseling Program, TRIO to help English learners, and special education for the students who need it. In Tustin, each middle school and high school offers STEAM programs, so science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Students in all grades have rigorous and collaborative learning experiences in STEAM. The Tustin Unified School District also collaborates with other school districts, colleges, universities, business partners in order to create college and career pathways for the kids within that school. When it comes to teacher qualifications, teachers must at least have a bachelor's degree and other prerequisites such as passing the state-approved teacher preparation programs like CBST and CSET. Within the Los Angeles Unified School Districts, the teachers were only required to have a teacher certificate and bachelor's degree. They needed to have completed teaching credentials and have some sort of teaching experience. They need to have passing scores on the CBST and the CSET. And once approved, they would go through an interview and they would need to have a health clearance and references of previous employers. Within the Oakland Unified School District, the qualifications listed pertain to requirements for a high school teacher. The teacher needs to have a minimum requirement of a bachelor's degree and a California teaching credential on top of other basic requirements. What's interesting to note is that a teacher's salary can be higher based on their teaching experience, education level, and credentials. Within the West Contra Costa Unified School District, all teachers need 2 years of experience, a bachelor's degree, and they need to have some sort of teaching experience. So either they're an aide or they were an intern. And they need to have general education teachers go through one of the paths offered by California Commission on Teacher Credentials. First is a 5th-year teacher education program where you go through 1-year teaching program after getting your bachelor's degree, which results in preliminary multiple subject or single subject credentials. The second path is the intern program where you intern at a school after college and then teach under contract at the same school. Emergency permit is given to uncredited teachers who have 18 college units in subjects they are going to teach. The waiver is the last resort. This grants a person to teach when no one else is available. In Tustin Unified School Districts, they needed to have a valid California credential or license authorizing service in grade levels and areas assigned. They need to have a bachelor's degree, including all courses to meet credential requirements. They need to have some sort of experience, so an internship or full-time teaching experience. And they need to have personal qualities, so they need to meet district standards for physical and mental health and have above average recommendations for student teaching supervisors and other professionals who have observed the characteristics, scholastic attainment, and classroom performances of that teacher. So, on top of everything else, the last factor we took into consideration were after school programs and extracurricular activities. So, the after school programs and extracurriculars provided by the LA Unified School District include performing arts, so a marching band or a jazz ensemble. They provide sports, clubs such as robotics, decathlon, and mathletics, and they also encourage students to become part of the student body leadership. In the Oakland Unified School District, there aren't a lot of extracurricular programs, but there are plenty of after-school programs with examples like the East Bay Asian Youth Center and East Oakland Youth Development Center. In West Contra Costa Unified School District, they offer programs like Bay Area Community Resources, Love, Learn, Success, and YMCA at the East Bay, academic skill building, sports, homework help, and visual arts. The Tustin Unified School District helps funds various extracurriculars, so middle school sports, Avid Music. Middle School Save Our Sports provides funds to all 6 middle schools, so students have the opportunity to participate in intramural sports. Avid, which is an advanced via individual determination college readiness program at 6 middle schools and 3 high schools. They help raise expectations and achievements of academically average students. Overall, from our research, we've concluded that there are definitely differences in school district resources in California and that district resources are specific to the surrounding communities. The biggest influence on district resources is the community they're in, and what we mean by that is the factors like demographics in terms of wealth, race, economy of the area, and especially community participation make a big impact on what resources are available and what aren't.